Hey, what is up, my ASMR and fragrance family? It is your boy, your whispering perfume pimp, Christopher Cologne, and I'm back with another cologne video. So this is going to be probably a really short video because, well, for some reason I thought I wore more fragrances than this, but I haven't really been wearing a whole lot since the last video. So I got like 4 here. I think I could have swore I wore a couple more than this at least, but evidently not. Oh yeah, I did. Oh yeah, it's 5. So we're going to start out with, we'll start out with Michel Germain's Sexual Paris Pour Homme. This is a line that I think is really underrated. I don't hear many people talk about it a whole lot. I would like to get the whole line. A couple of them though have actually changed. The smell has changed a little bit. Like, I think this one has changed, and then I think it's Very Sexual changed also, stupid fly. But yeah, so anyway, Sexual Paris Pour Homme. Spray for y'all, spray for me. I really like this one. See, since this, it's got a powderiness to it. It's also got like a little bit of an effervescence to it too. But whenever I first got it, I don't think it had that when I first got it. I think as the smell has kind of changed over the past like 3 or 4 years since I've gotten it, that kind of effervescence has came up in it, and it's almost got like a I guess you could say, I want to say dirt, but it's like a earthiness. I guess the better way to explain it would be earthiness. So, but yeah, Michel Germain's Sexual Paris Pour Homme, and we'll look up the notes to it too. But yeah, and it's almost got like a, I want to say maybe geranium. Hold on, we'll see. Okay, now on FragranceNet you can get this for anywhere from $47.87 to $55.43 for this one, and it looks like the other ones I have are about the same price. I don't see, usually Joma Shop pops up with these two, but it didn't. So okay. And so, okay, Joma Shop, it does according to Fragrantica, because when you go to Fragrantica, it'll show you like the different shops that have it. So Joma Shop also has it for $54.99, so about the same price that FragranceNet has it. The $47 that FragranceNet that it just showed is, I'm pretty sure, is for a tester. So, but it says the top notes are star anise, cardamom, and grapefruit, and the middle notes are sage, champagne, cardamom, and mandarin orange, and the base notes are patchouli, cedar, and fir resin. The cedar and that fir resin are probably what, when I say that dirt or earthiness, that's probably what it is. And the champagne, even though the effervescence wasn't that, at least I don't remember it. It might have been there whenever I first got it, but I remember it changing over time. But that champagne note in the middle, that could give that effervescence. But yeah, I said geranium. I was way off on that. But yeah, that is Sexual Paris Pour Homme. This line, like I said, I think is really underrated. Does not get talked about it anywhere near enough. But And I've thought about doing a video on just this subject right here. You know, you sit there and watch creators. You know, you watch people, these fragrance influencers, and it's so much of the time it's always the same shit over and over and over, and it's just like, God, do something different. Holy fuck, for real, do something different. And that's like I've noticed, man, like when I do, like when a lot of times when my videos go off, where it's more, you know, where it's not Burlington and all that, like when it, like, we'll just say Brodux, you know, like I'll do a video on just Brodux fragrances, or just a niche for all fragrances, or just be layered fragrances, and it's like the videos don't get the same amount of views, and it's like, y'all just want to see everybody talk about the same old shit, you know? Damn, like, I want to hear about different shit, you know? After I've heard 2 or 3 people talk about the same thing, I don't want to hear about it no more. Let's hear about some different stuff, you know? But it's always Sauvage, it's always Sauvage, it's always Versace, it's always YSL, it's always damn Giorgio Armani, it's always, you know, it's always the same shit. Why aren't people talking about Michelle Germain, you know? Why are we not talking about the good fragrances that are out there, you know? And it's always a Ventus, you know, and it's always Blue Day Chanel, it's always Nautica Voyage, you know? You just hear too much of the same shit. And you might say I'm complaining. I mean, I guess you could say I'm complaining about this. So, but it's just, you know, it's like, damn. Why watch? You know, why watch people talk about the same shit over and over and over? You know? So, but yeah, why are there so many, you know, designer lines and stuff out there that just aren't getting talked about, that are good, you know? That's just like, yeah, okay, like the sexual line, it's a great line. Then you have what's it called? Then we have like the God damn it, the Jean-Marc Paris, however you pronounce his name. You know, like those, they go for like $60-$80 on that site, and then when you find them on discounters or in Burlington, they're like $15. They go for real cheap, and I ain't really heard anybody talk about them either, and it's just like, why? Like, those are actually good fragrances. The majority of them that I found have been good fragrances. So, yeah, I don't understand it. I don't really. Like, but anyway, Michelle Germain's Sexual Paris Borum. Okay, and then something else that I wore. Brodux Aether, EDP, Nice, citrusy. Spray for y'all, spray for me. Nice, citrusy. Almost has that Barbasol shaving cream smell along with it. Like, yeah, I really like this stuff. This is a fragrance I should wear more, which I'm actually going to put it with I have a few over here, so next fragrance video will be fragrances I need to wear more. And I got like 8 right there, so I'm going to add this to it. But we'll look up the notes to Aether by Brodux. Oh, and before I find the notes, just to touch on something, like, you know, I've noticed on YouTube, it's the big fragrance influencers. A lot of them are the ones that talk about the same shit over and over and over, you know, that I've heard over the years. But you know who I do like watching when it comes to variety and everything is the smaller creators. Like the smaller creators, like that, especially the ones you find on TikTok. Like, they're the ones that go through a bunch, you know, like you'll see some of the same shit, you know, but you see a lot of different lesser known fragrances from them. So, and that's what's cool about watching the smaller creators. So, cause yeah, they're trying to make money with all this, because the overwhelming majority of people that make videos, that's what they're doing it for. Yeah, they might like doing it, but the majority of them are doing it to make some kind of money, or at least hoping they're going to make some kind of money with it. That's the reason why a lot of creators, you see that the channels don't go nowhere. They eventually stop, you know. I think for the majority of people, I mean, every now and then you might find somebody that is really strictly doing it nothing but for the love, that don't give a fuck about the money. But I really do think the majority of them don't do it, you know, I mean, do it at least some of it for the money. So, and the bigger creators, you know, the bigger content creators with this stuff, they've already gotten in. That's how they're making their money. So they keep pushing the same old tired shit, you know, the same old companies, same old tired fragrance lines and everything like that. So yeah, I mean, that's my opinion. I could be totally wrong, but you know, I don't think I am on that. At least I don't think I am partially. You know, I think I'm at least partially right on that. But oh yeah, now we're supposed to be looking up the notes on Aether. So okay, now on the site, it is still sold out. On the product site, you can still find it other places, but yeah, and everything on the site is sold out from what I'm saying. I don't know if he's planning on, you know, just stopping or what. I don't know. Man, I think, you know, I understand it's, you know, it might not be selling the way it should. I don't know. But, it might not be selling the way it should, so I understand you can't, you know, put money into something that just ain't working. It's hard to do. But I hope that's not the case. I'm hoping it's doing good and everything, and they're just trying to get new batches, or maybe even new fragrances, all new fragrances. So hopefully, but it's lime, grapefruit, and cardamom, citron, pepper, and ginger, and then from there the fragrance will make way to the middle notes of sage, green apple, melon, and lavender, and then the base notes are patchouli, amber, vetiver, and incense. I mean, it's a really good fragrance. So, and yeah, I'm gonna put this over here, so that'll be in the next video. Now, one that I ended up wearing because one of the channels, a small fragrance channel, which he does a few other videos, but it's a small fragrance channel, and I'm not sure his name. I'm not sure the channel name. I'm about to look up the channel right now, because I can't remember exactly what the channel's called, but he's somebody I just started listening to. Thinks he got red hair, wears glasses. really good channel, I think. But he was talking about Shot, Halloween Man Shot, and I commented on there talking about Halloween Man Shot and Halloween Man Rock On are my least favorites out of the Halloween Man fragrances. Now, the whole thing is though, is this, I went back and was smelling, and I was like, this is actually, it's actually better than what I was remembering. Spray for y'all, spray for me. And it's real appley in the opening. So, but it's got it's got a warmth to it also. So I would wear this, even though this is good for summer. For me, I would wear this on summer night, or as long as it's not too humid during the day and not too hot. But yeah, this is Halloween Man Rock On, and yeah. So I'm gonna look up the site, or not the site. I'm gonna look up the dude's channel, because like I said, I don't know his name and I can't remember the channel name. But he listens to me also. But yeah, and I think he's worth checking out for y'all, and I'm gonna put a link to his channel either in the comments or in the description. If I put it in the comments, it'll be what's it called? It'll be linked or pinned. Okay. And well, damn, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it from this phone. Of course, I'm not going to. Well, hold on. Yeah. Hold on. I gotta do it from this phone. It's Sorority Slumber ASMR, or at SS Channel ASMR. Oh, like I said, I'm gonna put it in the comments and I'll pin it, or in the description, and I'll even put up a picture right now, right there. Okay, so let me go ahead and look up the notes to rock on. Okay. So you can get this for about, Fragrance Net has it for $26. Joma Shop has it for $23.99 to $24.99. Fragrance X has it for $25.49 to $28.14. And then Max Aroma is $35 something. But so the top notes are lemon, pink pepper, cardamom, and bamboo, and the middle notes are red apple, lavender, rosemary, and violet leaf, and the base notes are musk, moss, sandalwood, and amber. Musk, moss, sandalwood, amber. Musk, moss, sandalwood, amber. Okay. Yeah, that pink pepper, the lemon, the red apple, and that pink pepper. Yeah, and then that sandalwood. You can get the sandalwood in it too. But yeah, that is Rock On by Halloween Man. Rock On by Halloween Man. Okay, now we have two more. So now we're gonna go into Dunhill Driven EDD. Dunhill Driven EDD. This is one of my favorite ones. I love this stuff. One of my absolute favorites. And Dunhill fragrances, they quit making them, which sucks. Or at least last time I looked, they quit making them. So I would like to get my hands on another bottle of this right here. I've never smelled the EDP, but this is one of my favorites. So. Okay, so the top notes are green apple, bergamot, and black pepper, and the middle notes are juniper berries, clary sage, and orange blossom, and the base notes are teakwood, amber, and vetiver. And so you can get this on Fragrance Net for $20.79. Joma Shop has three different items of it, three different bottles, $16.99 to $18.99. Fragrance X has it for $26.08. Man, that's a damn shame that Fragrance X is always, $5, at least like $5 higher. Because, like I've said in other videos, the last time I ordered from them, which has been a few years, they were always quicker than anybody else. Like, I'm talking about, I'd order my shit, I'd have my shit in like 3 or 4 days. It was always less than a week. So, I really loved Fragrance X for that. It's just, you know, when you, like the way I was doing, when you're buying a few at a time and they're $5 or, you know, or more, or a little bit more than that, more than every other place, you find, even though the shipping is a little faster, you finally just get to where you're like, oh fuck it, I'll save the $20-30 on this haul and I'll just wait another couple days to a week. So, but yeah, this stuff, I love it. I love it. It's got a cooling, and the cooling, like, I've never thought about this, I don't think, but the cooling is like, it's thick. You know how something will have a warmth to it, or a muskiness, or it'll have a heat to it, or warmth, and it'll be thick, like dense. That's the way the cooling is to this. It's got a cooling factor that's just dense. So, but Dunhill driven EDT, you know, and like, you know, some people, they want to go for the more expensive fragrances and shit. Pretty much every fragrance that I've smelled, that's $100 and something or more. I would take this almost over every single one of them, just on smell alone. So, yeah, like, I know not everybody would agree, but I'll take this over Aventus. I'll take this over Dylan Blue. I'll take this over Baccarat Rouge for damn sure, because that shit fucking stinks. Damn. I'll take this over the other Creed fragrances that I've smelled. I'll take this over the YSL fragrances I've smelled. Yeah. I'll take this over, like, I'll take this over Sauvage. Yeah. I'll take this over pretty much any fragrance. I love this shit. So, and it's cheap as fuck. Okay, and now finally, we're gonna go into the GP King, I guess you could say, Nautica Voyage, and this, man, like ever, you know, this has been talked about so heavily, and spray for y'all, spray for me. I mean, and it smells good. It smells really good. So, but which, you know, come to think about it, I don't think I've ever smelled this on anybody. I really don't think I've ran across somebody that I've smelled this on. So, which, like, usually whenever I catch a scent on somebody, it's you know, not something everybody wears, which is actually a good thing. So, but we'll look up the notes to this, because other than its, you know, airy melonness, I can't think of the other notes to it. Okay, so for Nautica Voyage, the notes are the popper stopper, or what the hell are these things called? These things, pop socket. I cannot ever think of what the hell those things are called. But bam, products. So, yeah, so the top notes are green leaves and apple, and the middle notes are lotus and mimosa, and the base notes are musk, cedar, oak moss, and amber. So, yeah, and you can get that. you can get the apple out of it, but man, it does. It has like an apple and like a green melon, to it. And it says it has musk. I don't get any musk out of this thing at all, really. I don't get any muskiness. But yeah, Nautica Voyage. Okay, y'all, so even though I didn't have many fragrances, I was still able to drag it out and everything, just rambling on other crap. So, yeah. And I have a video that I did a few days ago of Zaharoff, going through the website, and that hasn't really gotten any views. So if y'all want to check that out, y'all can check that out. Yeah, Zaharoff is a brand that I would really want to try. So I'm gonna get off here, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Have a good one. Peace.